On question 19, we're continuing with our factor by grouping. So I want to look at the first two terms, and the GCF that I can take out of the first two terms, they both have an x. So if you take an x out of xy, that leaves you just with a y. If I take an x from the x, that was really all that was there. Now, I'm not going to put a 0. You're technically dividing by x. So that still leaves you with a 1. So I want to put plus 1 there. And then I want to look at the second two terms, and I can't take any variables out of the second two terms, but I can factor out a -5, which will leave you with a y in the first term, and then -5 divided by a -5 is a plus 1. So you'll notice that we have the y plus 1 and the y plus 1 there. Those must match in order for you to complete the factor by grouping. So whatever you see in parentheses, meaning the y plus 1, that's going to be one part of my answer. And then whatever's not in parentheses, I'm going to combine those, and that's going to be my second part. Again, it's like you're factoring out the y plus 1, and the x minus 5 is what's left over. Question number 20. Out of my first two terms, I can take out a 3, and I can take out an x. In the first term, that will leave me with just an x, and what's left over in the second term would be a minus 2y. Looking at the second two terms, if I take out a 5, so I'll take out a positive 5, and I can't take out any x's because the second one doesn't have any x's, but I can take out a y. So I'm going to take out or factor out a 5y, which will leave me with just an x in that first term, and then a minus 2, and then a y. So you'll notice that, as we should, we have an x minus 2y and an x minus 2y. So those must match, and that becomes our first part of our answer. And then whatever's not in parentheses becomes the second half of our answer. So we're technically factoring out the x minus 2y as the GCF, which leaves 3x and plus 5y left over. So those will be your answers.